Good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Porsche hate. You know, being a car fan is important. To some people it's so important that they take it way too seriously. What am I talking about? I'm talking about people that hate other car brands. People that hate Porsche, for example. Now this is a very... You know, I always get a little bit confused when people say they hate Porsches. What do they hate about Porsches? Do they hate the car? Do they hate the way the car drives? Do they hate the people driving the car? Or is it just something embedded into their childhood memory or adult memory that they just have to hate people who drive Porsches? I don't really quite understand it, so let's have a chat about it today. You know, even some petrol heads and enthusiasts, you know, sports car enthusiasts, prestige car enthusiasts, European car enthusiasts, people who love driving, who put driving before anything else, still hate the 911. Now, why do they hate the 911 when it drives so well, when the engineering behind the car is happened over generations? You know, that the driving experience of this car is better than a lot of other cars out there for the money. So what is it? What is it that this thing that even people who are enthusiasts just can't get their head around a 911? Is it a grudge thing? Is it something picked up from the motoring press? I mean, surely it's not from all those years of watching Top Gear and hearing Jeremy Clarkson, you know, hate on Porsches. And even he has come around. Even he thinks that some Porsches are okay. I mean, look at the other Top Gear presenters. What's their names? I can't even remember their names. James May and Richard Hammond. They both own Porsches. Sure, they might own Ferraris now or something else, but they both own Porsches. So it can't be from the motoring press. So where is this grudge coming from? Why do these people hate Porsches so much? You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Porsche haters, and I shouldn't be coming across that way, so I apologize if I'm coming across that way. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, but you know, the opinion of the people who don't like the 911 is a little bit unfounded. You know, the 911 is a brilliant car, you know, and a lot of you guys agree with me, I know, and a lot of you won't, but a 911 is a brilliant car. And yeah, we know the #1 line. Anyone that's owned a Porsche knows it. Oh, where's the engine? It's in the rear. Yes, the engine's in the rear. And yes, it shouldn't make sense that the engine's in the rear, but somehow Porsche has made it to make sense. They've engineered it, in some ways over-engineered it in a way that the car drives beautifully. When you're on those winding roads, when you're on those twisties, the car is just an amazing piece of machinery. It doesn't need the largest power. It doesn't need that. It's the handling on the road, it's the grip, it's the experience that it gives you. Haters have got it all wrong. And yes, the other hater line is that, you know, all Porsches look the same. Well, they all look the same if you are not familiar with Porsches, but in some ways them all looking the same is actually a good thing. It means Porsche's designers have somehow worked out to keep that essence of the 911. From 1964 until now, they've kept that essence alive in the 911, and the history and the heritage is there, and it's there every time you drive it. And that's something special. It's not something to hate upon. It's something to respect. It's something to think about and not be indifferent about, but to have an opinion about and think about it, and not just hate because you think the Porsche is the poser's car. You know, you need a ponytail, you need... So why all this hate? You know, why is this all this hate? And you know, I have to say in the middle of this video, which is probably not going to make sense, I have to say that I haven't really experienced this hate. I have a little bit online. You know, I do write articles every now and again for Drive Tribe, and I have, because I have 2 Porsche tribes over there, I have actually experienced I have seen some of the hate from non-Porsche owners, from Porsche haters. Now I don't know whether or not it's because they've never driven a 911, or they just hate Porsches because of all the SUVs on the road, or they think Porsches are all hairdressers' cars like Boxsters. I don't know what the reason is. And I guess sometimes you just can't change people's minds, but you know, the 911 is a very special car, and I'm probably preaching to the most of the converted here on this channel, because I know all my subscribers are very into Porsche. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really experienced the hate. In fact, since owning the 911, I probably get more respect on the road than I did when I was driving my Audi. And I know they're from the same parent company and it seems a bit weird, but when I was in the Audi, there was a lot of hate on the road for me. I don't know what it was, and I drive the same now as I did then, I'm sure I do. But in the 911, people let me in at an intersection. They will let me out of the petrol station after I filled up with gas. They will, you know, wave me on. You know, the respect has been quite unbelievable. It's quite surprising actually, and I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. So here I am talking about all this Porsche hate, but then my experience on the road has been the opposite. Obviously online there is always hate. There's always going to be people who hate certain types of cars. There's going to be the Ferrari haters or whatever. And you know, drivers are always stereotyped into a certain mold. I mean, look at the hot hatch owners. I'm sure the stereotype of hot hatch owners who own RS3s or, you know, A45s are not what they all I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, what's the point of this video? What is the point of this video? The point of this video, I'm going to walk back so I'm not in the sun. The point of this video is all Porsche owners are not the same. All Porsche owners are not stereotyped Porsche owners that people write about. Porsche is a very diverse product range. It has a very diverse type of person who buys the car. Yes, we get a little bit obsessive with our cars. Yes, we like to go and have coffee and talk about our cars. Yes, we are enjoyed in talking about Porsche and Porsche's history. You know, and there's different types of Porsche lovers. You know, obviously you've got people who love the air-cooled and people who love the modern GT cars. You know, it's a wide range of people. It's not all the same. And I'd probably suggest, you know, I don't know if there's any reason to this video, but if you hate Porsche, take a closer look. You know, have a look at it. Don't be indifferent. Don't just make comments and say I'm indifferent. I don't care about it. I'm indifferent. You know, if you're making a comment about something, you care about it a little bit, or you're just trying to annoy people. One of the two. But diverse range of people, diverse product range. The 911 is, you know, has so many different variants for so many different people, and I think that pinpoints what Porsche ownership is about. Yeah, they do four-wheel drives, they do SUVs, but you know, that's, you know, you want the company to survive, they have to have bread and butter money. Those sort of cars are the bread and butter money. The Boxster, as we know, saved Porsche. Yeah, so it's been a while since my last video. I know they're not coming as quickly as you guys want. I haven't gone away, I'm still going to do the content. If I haven't replied to your messages that you send me on Instagram or YouTube, I do read all of them. I don't get a chance to reply to all of them, but the content's still coming. It still will be a mixture of car and lifestyle content. It just takes me a while to get around to it lately with work and other commitments. I have to say, these are the days that I actually love being in London. The sun is out, the water is blue on the Thames, and yeah, it's just a beautiful day to be here. The light is so nice in London. It's so much nicer than Sydney. It's not as harsh, but it's just a beautiful place to be when the sun is out. I really enjoy spending more time in the UK. It's actually a really great place. It's a pity I don't have a 911 here, and my 911's in Australia, but not having the Porsche is a problem, but the UK is a nice place to be. Until next time, bye for now.